cleaner and quality the material is, the better our reputation is.
Is our recycling ending up in the right spot? And are we doing enough?
This is our world. We have no other place.
Since Calgary's Blue Card program began 15 years ago, more than 880 million kilograms of products have been recycled. But helping reduce waste is more than just filling your blue cart. I'm Jillian Code. Thank you for joining us. Tonight, we look into what happens to your recycling when it leaves this bin. Reducing waste is an issue Calgary City Council has been paying attention to, introducing measures like the single-use bylaw that saw an added fee if you want a paper bag at fast food restaurants. It was a decision to try and cut down on waste, but the bylaw wasn't popular and is ultimately on the path to being repealed. We'll look at why there is such pushback, how government and individuals can help, and find out if Calgary's recyclables are still being sent overseas. But first, is Calgary's system doing enough? We begin inside the city's new sorting facility designed to bring the city's capabilities to the next level.
This is the tipping floor. This is where it all starts. Our trucks back in. They dump the recycling here that's collected from the blue carts, and then off we go. And we're going to tour this facility today. We're going to see how this material gets sorted into its commodities so that it can be sold to various recyclers and product manufacturers throughout North America.
All right, well, let's go look through it.
Excellent. We're in the first section of this facility, which is really the pre-sort area. So what's happening here is each of the workers is stationed and they're picking off contamination items. So we're talking about the hazardous items like propane tanks, garden hoses, things that never should have been put in the recycling in the first place that are a hazard to the staff and a hazard to the equipment. They're also picking off bagged plastic bags and bagged shredded paper because of course we allow those in the system. We want those to be recycled, but we have to hand pick them here. So this is where workers are at most risk. So putting something sharp like a piece of scrap metal from, your garage, needles, propane tanks, batteries, people work here and they're touching these recyclables. By putting those things in your recycling, you're putting people's health and safety at risk.
When people throw something in the recycling, they might not know that it's a worker who's the first person receiving that.
Exactly. Let's head on down to the cardboard separator, okay? So these workers here are doing the quality picking for cardboard. So what's happened here is this is where the cardboard is separated using the ballistics. So what's ending up on this line should just be cardboard, but a little bit does slip through.
For items, contaminants that you can't recycle, where do those go?
A lot of them are just garbage, right? So we're talking about bags of garbage, garden hoses, pot lids that are made of glass, that sort of thing. Those are all just garbage. So they're just going to go to the residue stream. They're going to be disposed of in the landfill.
How much more difficult is it for the workers when people are just throwing whatever into the recycling bin, wish cycling?
Yeah. So this facility and any recycling facility is designed to sort recycling. It is not designed to sort garbage from recycling. So we need Calgarians to just put acceptable recycling into their blue carts. If you put garbage in there, it makes it very difficult. It causes safety issues, it causes maintenance issues. Line stoppages are common. If there's garden hoses or electrical cords, they'll get wrapped up. This place is a series of conveyor belts and twisting and turning parts. All of those things will get twisted, cause stoppages, but we really need people to stick to the categories: paper and cardboard, glass bottles and jars, tin cans and foil, plastic containers 1 through 7, and bagged plastic film.
And if an item, say, has cardboard and plastic together in one, we should separate that before it goes in the blue cart.
That's right. So a good example of that might be a box of cookies, right? Or a box of crackers, where there's a cardboard box on the outside and a plastic tray inside. Separate them because this equipment can't pull them apart like that. Shall we move on to the next station?
Absolutely.
Great. All right, Jill, so what we have here is an optical sorter. So this is where the technology really comes in. This is the magic of technology sorting recycling. So I'll get you to peek right in this window. And what we have is a series of optical eyes, and they are identifying the various materials, the paper from the plastic containers, and then shooting a burst of air at it. You see that? And shooting that air and causing the material to go off where they want it to go, because we got the sort lines, they're separating here now. Yeah.
How new is this technology?
So optical sorting technology has been around for about 15, 20 years, but it's just jumped significantly over the past 5 years or so, just become much more efficient, much more reliable. So the robots have done their job, and now what we have here is the materials separated into their commodities, and the people that you see here are double checking the robot's work, basically. So what we have on the end, those are tin cans. We have pop cans here. Next up, we have mixed plastic containers.
It seems like the robots do a pretty good job of making sure everything's in its right lane.
That's right. So you can see that the workers are just picking off kind of random things. Maybe a plastic container got misidentified or something like that, but it's pretty clean commodities.
Do you guys see a lot of like bottle recycling come through?
Yeah, we sure do. So some Calgarians choose to leave deposit beverage containers in their blue cart. And that's fine. We will take care of the recycling for you. And we will recover the deposit as well. So you can see we're pulling off tin cans. We want the deposit for that as well. So that will actually work. We'll be taking that to a bottle depot partner to return for refund.
And then that refund goes back into the facility, or?
No, so all revenue from the sale of the commodities here at the facility comes back to the city of Calgary. And what we do with that is every month, Calgarians pay a monthly Blue Cart program fee. It's $9.16. It's on your NMAX bill. It pays for the whole Blue Cart program, the collection truck, the driver, the cart, this facility. And any revenue generated from the commodities goes into that Blue Cart program fee to make it lower. So this is recycling technology at its coolest. So the past couple of years, we've started to see AI in the recycling world, and this is the Samurai AI. And what is happening here is this piece of equipment is programmed to pick one commodity type. It's going to pick natural HDPE plastic, and what that is it's milk jugs, washer fluid containers, that kind of type of plastic. So go ahead, take a peek in the window here, and you're going to see this robot grabbing the plastic and sorting it into the bunker. It's really cool. It moves about 50 times faster than a human being.
It's very fast.
Right?
Very fast. And so why are those windshield washer jugs so important?
Yeah, so that number 2 natural HDPE is the commodity that is worth the most in this whole facility. So it has a really great market. It's highly recyclable. So there is a lot of businesses out there that are looking for this material. So we want to make sure we're recovering as close to 100% of it as we can, and this robot will get us there. So these bales are what gets shipped off to market to be turned into something new. So what we have here coming out of this baler right now is mixed paper. So this material is marketed primarily in North America. It's going to go to paper mills. It's going to be turned into new paper packaging usually. So you know the drink tray that you get at Tim Hortons when you buy more than one coffee? That is something that is often made out of post-consumer recycled mixed paper. Toilet paper, very common. Kleenex, paper towel, paper bags, all of that sort of stuff. Mixed paper is a great feedstock for that. And over 70% of the material at this facility is mixed paper.
Oh, wow, that's actually really impressive. And there is a little bit of plastic mixed in here. How much do you hate to see that?
Yeah, so the markets have really strict requirements around the amount of what we call prohibitives allowed in the bales. So they are working very hard to tweak all of the equipment here at the facility in order to achieve those requirements. If they can't achieve the requirements, they're going to have to resort it. So the big thing is, Calgarians, we need you to bag your loose plastic film and only put acceptable recyclables in your blue cart. Otherwise, it makes it too difficult to achieve the standards.
And how often are you guys quality checking the bales that are coming out of here to make sure it's up to standard?
Yeah, every bale is quality checked. And then there is a certain number of audits that are performed and reported back to the city of Calgary about the quality of the product that's produced. And we do that. We have a monthly schedule of various audits. They have a whole audit team of 4 people here. It's a full-time job. All they're doing is auditing. Common items that are made out of this steel cans: rebar for the construction industry, bicycle frames. Basically, if it's a steel product, usually these days there is a certain amount of post-consumer steel incorporated in there. Yeah.
And so, you know, if you've got a soup can, there's a paper label on it. Should people be ripping off that label before it goes in the blue cart?
So what we always say about recycling is the cleaner it is, the better. So if you can rinse things out, if you can remove lids, remove labels, ideally that's great. Do we want you to spend your entire life tearing a label off a glass jar or a tin can? No. This material is going to go to a smelter, so any paper fragments are going to be burnt off. But that label could have been recycled as mixed paper, so why wouldn't we do that instead, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's not like the workers are here ripping the labels off.
No, as you saw, Jill, things are going so fast up there. Really, the workers are here to quality check the robots for the most part.
It is going to send a higher grade quality of commodities out to the market.
How recyclers are incentivized to send out the cleanest products possible, and are Calgary's plastics still being dumped overseas?
Ready to roll? All right, let's roll.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa, I'm rolling in it.
Play the 60th anniversary edition of Roll Up to Win on the Tim's app today.
Hi, I'm here for my 3:30 with a Mr. Greer.
Of course, we've confirmed coverage. The patient will be right with you. Dr. Williams, patient will see you now.
Coverage and care, all in one place. Green Shield. Better health for all.
Sometimes you want to say,
You are amazing.
I see you.
You're the best.
I'll miss you.
Say it with Merci, the unique collection of fine European chocolate. More than a thank you. Merci.
Can your paper towel handle tough messes? Try Royale Tiger Towel. The strong fiber structure features 2 thick layers for great absorbency and tackles the toughest messes. For the strongest Tiger Towel ever, try Royale Tiger Towel.
I need you. I need you every single day, and I want you. I want you every single way, and I need you. I need you every single way, and it's love, it's love, it's love, it's la 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 la, it's love, it's love, it's love. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. Oh, I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it. I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. And I know, I know, I know, I know, I know, I want to, hey, yes I do.
Winners, find fabulous for less.
So glad I remembered Uber Eats has office supplies, but I feel like I'm forgetting something else. Oh, shoes untied.
Nope.
As we continue to look at what's next for recycling in Calgary, we need to take a look back at a darker chapter in the city's history that saw thousands of tons of plastics that Calgarians had recycled ending up in the landfill.
More than 1,000 tons of trash illegally shipped to the Philippines has been sent back to Canada after weeks of diplomatic spat.
Canada facing a bad recycling reputation in the 2010s. For years, private companies had been shipping out garbage to countries in Asia labeled as recycling. those receiving it deciding they'd had enough.
The whole recycling industry has changed dramatically since 2018, 2019. There used to be a lot of material from programs throughout North America that used to go to Southeast Asian countries, and there wasn't the same vetting or inspections or that sort of thing. We have always worked with legitimate partners, and so we've never really been concerned about that because we knew that our recycling was being recycled at legitimate facilities.
Despite Calgary's confidence that it was sending out properly sorted materials, China, one of the countries receiving material from Calgary, announced a sweeping ban on foreign recyclables, no matter the level of contamination.
Our market that we had been sending plastic clamshells to for years, just gone overnight. So we weren't sure what to do. We were told that, oh no, there'll be a new market within days, within weeks, within months. And so we were storing the material, waiting for it to go to market.
Around 2,000 tons of stored plastic containers had to be sent to the landfill in 2019 after being stored for years, with a cost totaling $460,000. But markets have since stabilized. GFL says products leaving this building are sent all over, but not overseas.
All of our commodities are marketed domestically within North America. There isn't just one end user, there's multiple users. Depending on supply and demand and supply chain, will be dependent on where we send our material.
We have a relationship with GFL to ensure that the material is going where it's supposed to go. So we audit basically the outbound loads. We know where they're going. We'll look at the scale tickets, and then we have monthly reporting where we're quality assurance checking where the material is going.
Really, that's our reputation for the end users or to the market. The cleaner and quality the material is, the better our reputation is.
And better for their bottom line. He says the recycled material market is competitive. If buyers know they're getting a bale of mixed paper that is free from plastic, they'll pay more. If they're known for sending out badly sorted items, buyers will stay away. The city estimates that around 80% of the items sent to this facility are able to be recycled, but still so many items are being thrown away. Over the years, the tons of items put into the city's blue carts has paled in comparison to what's being put in the black bins, items destined for the landfill. In an effort to reduce waste, the City of Calgary introduced a single-use bylaw, making takeout napkins, cutlery, and condiments by request only, with a small fee for a bag. Despite similar bylaws already existing in Edmonton and Vancouver, Calgarians weren't impressed. A mere 2 weeks after the bylaw was brought in, City Council voted to begin the process of a repeal.
The full repeal that's coming forward takes away every measure that we have tried to put in to reduce waste in this city. And when you consider that there's 15 million pieces, single-use items that hit the landfill every week in this city, there was components of this bylaw that were actually pretty good.
It's a mistake that it was repealed.
Israel Dumade teaches sustainable engineering at Calgary's Mount Royal University. He says the bylaw was well-intentioned, but people weren't comfortable with it.
When we want to change behavior, there will be some inconveniences associated. In this case, there's also cost that is associated. However, assuming we were able to stick to it, after a while we will get used to it. And there will be a change. Because when you look at getting rid of the single use, because single use materials are part of the things that are, causing large waste generation. If we eliminate that, it will reduce the amount of waste that will be collected per month or per year. If that is done, that will reduce the cost of waste management at the city level. Number two, it also will extend the lifespan of our landfill. People will become used to it. For example, look at the case of plastic bags. Now, nobody worry about it. When you are going to the grocery store, you take your reusable bags. At the beginning, it wasn't comfortable because for example, if I want to go and buy something in the grocery, if I forget, well, I don't want to buy another bag, so I will decide to carry it to my car. changing behavior or attitude or culture takes time, and we should allow that, to take shape before we think of whether it works or it doesn't work.
Is Calgary doing enough?
It's only those that are conscious and are willing.
Why it might be up to individuals to lead the charge on reducing waste.
Hudson and Rex, all new Tuesdays, 9/8 Central on City TV.
Most reward programs limit what you can get with your rewards. Want points you can use on almost anything? And deals from over 2,000 brands? Leave limits behind. Join Avion Rewards today.
Whether it's a last-second bake sale, Taco Tuesday, or a meal for your future in-laws, it's gonna be great. With Clubhouse Quality by your side for over 130 years, it's gonna be great.
He became the director of his life, and Exotica, an extraordinary travel crafter, made it happen. Become the director of your life at exotica.com.
A deep freeze caused the power grid to completely collapse, and we had a client that was in some trouble. Using specially modified cameras and drones, he took care of it all from a safe distance.
We are Paul Davis!
I am Paul Davis, and I am a difference maker.
3, 2, 1.
Pop and watch with Orville Redenbacher and Canada's Got Talent. Canada's Got Talent, Tuesdays at 8/7 Central on City TV. Enter for a chance to win at orvillecontest.ca. Making the most of every day means looking after the things and people that matter, including yourself. Organic has enhanced collagen products, including original, bone and joint, and pure beauty, easily mixed with your favorite drink, so you can quickly prepare for your busy everyday schedule. Helps support healthy skin and reduce joint pain associated with osteoarthritis. Organica's enhanced collagen, Canada's most trusted and #1 selling collagen powder.
I rode the market to the moon and back.
Then I met with my TurboTax expert.
I'll make all your investments count. The gains and losses, all filed with 100% accuracy. Intuit TurboTax.
It just Hut's different. All Pizza Hut favorites, all 50% off. For now. So when the order's up in the air, or your crew can't agree, tell them half is free. For real, what more do you need, pizza-wise? Now that's delivering.
I'm a believer that every person on this planet has a purpose. You're here on this stage, proving to yourself you're a singer, showing exactly who you are. Right now, this moment, this is your purpose.
When you look at Calgary and how well the city is doing in terms of recycling and making sure that products have a second life, how well is the city doing?
I'm really encouraged or impressed about the progression that the city has made. When we look at the province, I think we are almost at par with Edmonton, but it appears Ontario is doing better, particularly Toronto. Okay, and then when we look at it from global perspective, of course, you know that Europe is doing they are far ahead of us.
What aren't we doing that is putting other cities ahead of us?
Though we have had this for a while, this kind of central depot is impressive. And however, you still find out that there are still some commingling in some respect. And although this is more cost effective, having a central depot like this is more cost effective for the city, but it doesn't encourage the residents to do. It's only those that are conscious and are willing that comes here to do this recycling here.
So even maybe something as simple as this bin's for cardboard, this bin is for glass, this bin's for plastic would maybe help Calgary's program.
Yeah, it will. And number one, separating those secondary products and secondary materials like this, it makes it easier to reuse them, okay, to repurpose them. As a result, you find out that it is cheaper to reuse those components and those materials.
He says people are more engaged if they're required to pre-sort the recycling rather than just throwing it all together. Items are then more likely to get a second life, and it increases safety for the workers. I didn't realize that when I'm putting recycling in my blue bin, it's not machine sorted first. It's people are the first ones to see it. Why is awareness about that so important when people are putting stuff in their blue bin?
Thank you. You see, awareness is very critical so that people will know what should go where. When we look at the issue of awareness, if people are aware that little effort they are making has a significant impact on our environmental sustainability, on our social well-being, people will be ready to do at least put in the extra effort.
What's your message to people who are frustrated saying, why am I going to the effort to do this work when this company is making more waste in a week than I will in a year?
Okay, my advice to them is that, you see, each of us, we have a role to play in promoting environmental sustainability. This is our world. We have no other place. And as individuals, we can actually more or less put pressure on those companies that we know to do the right thing. But we ourselves need to start first.
There is a push to put more of the cost of recycling onto the businesses producing the material. It's something that has been advocated for locally at City Hall, and the province is set to fully roll out an extended producer responsibility plan by fall 2026. It is similar to what other provinces already have and encourages innovation as we figure out how to keep ramping up what can be recycled.
They often say that Rome is not built in a day.
In the Ford Escape, there's no such thing as an aimless drive. You drive for a reason. To skip another awkward family party. Avoid back-to-back-to-back meetings. Ignore that call from your ex. That's why we named it the way we did.
Welcome to BioStrong. At BioStrong, we help to improve bone density, strength, balance, and lifespan.
We use osteogenic loading as a means to apply enough force through your body to increase your bone density and make your bones stronger.
I had gone from a negative 2.8 to a negative 2.4. Those results took me out of the osteoporosis range into the osteopenia range, and I was elated.
Call us today to book your free orientation and start your journey towards better health.
New Finish Ultra Max, engineered for the toughest conditions. Dry, burnt-on stains, old dishwashers, very hard water. New Finish Ultra Max with Cycle Sync technology helps deliver the ultimate clean.
Some say with age we go unnoticed. More like unforgettable.
Age Perfect Rosy Cream by L'Oreal with Imperial Peony cells to instantly revive rosy glow.
I feel rosier than ever.
Age Perfect Rosy Cream by L'Oreal Paris. Introducing the all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus Hybrid.
Everyone wants to know about everything Blue Jays.
Blair and Barker know what's up.
Over under an 86.5 wins. I'm going to go over.
What's the story on Blue Jays Central?
Jamie, this Blue Jays lineup has a chance to win a ball game. Should be a good finish.
Joe, it's going to get exciting. Let's get you back to the ballpark.
That ball's driven to deep left field.
Gone! And the Blue Jays win it!
Only one network has everything.
Sportsnet, home of the Blue Jays.
If there is one message that everyone we spoke with shared, it's that awareness is the key. Making sure you know how to ask questions like, can this be recycled? And when you find out, share that information with your friends and family, knowing that when you recycle, you are making an impact. I'm Jillian Code. Thank you for joining us.